Pay Your People Better, May 1st, 2026, the International Workers' Day. Oops, that's the wrong way. Hold on. I'm very, very tired. I've been so tired these last few days. Need some drink. Yeah. The sleep schedule's all jacked up. Actually, I don't want to do that. Apropos title for the series for the day, Pay Your People Better. Go check out the Haymarket Massacre if you want to know a little bit more about why today is so appropriate. The Haymarket affair, as it were. Oh, man. I feel like I've slept for half of the last 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell, man. And it's like I, inadvertently put off certain things because I'm so tired that, I'll get up, I'll start doing something, and then I'll just be like, it's time to go back to bed. After, an hour or two. I'll drink coffee, and then I'll, stay up all night until, 10 in the morning. It's a whole fucking weird goddamn thing that's frustrating. So show and tell time, I got me a legitimate industrial sized aluminum foil. I'm not going to need aluminum foil for maybe a decade. And that cost me $30, $36, I think. I can even tell that, my voice sounds like I've been talking all day. I didn't go out to protest like I wanted to. I fucking slept in. There were a couple of protests, one downtown, a bigger one in MacArthur Park, but it is what it is, I guess. Got me some new mixing bowls, so to give you an idea of the difference of the two, not super different, mind you, but this one is slightly more shallow. It's stands up, about a half an inch there. This will make certain types of mixing easier, especially when using the electric mixer. Because the electric mixer likes to fling shit everywhere. So having a taller bowl will help with that. So that I don't make, because maybe I can bring it up to you. It's supposed to, what effectively counts as compost, but isn't. But that is all particulate matter that has been flung out by the mixer. So I'm I want to try to mitigate that to the best of my ability. So that's why I got these bad boys. And since they stack well enough, I also got some baskets. Right now, I am for the most part, most of the money on that gift card is gone now. All the various things that I've bought in the last couple of weeks, or last week and a half maybe, because I bought some toilet paper and paper towels through EcoGeek. Normally it's $50 for each, the 12 pack, I think it's a 12 pack of paper towels and a 24 pack of toilet paper, and they're $50 a piece, right? And, but there is a bulk packet, or there's a combo package you can get with both of them for $80. But then I was like, oh hey, promo code. I didn't even think of that. So I went online and checked, and there was a Reddit post from back when EcoGeek launched. EcoGeek being Hank Green from the Green Brothers, Vlog Brothers. And that code still works. And that's like 30% off of your first purchase. And I had never purchased anything from EcoGeek. Like, I got this from the Pizza John. I think the last one, but maybe the one before. I don't remember. Probably the one before, because that was about the time that I had a job and had money. But yeah, so like, and the reason I wanted to buy from them, and despite the fact that it's as expensive as it is, it's like, okay, I could probably have gotten a similar amount of toilet paper for roughly half the price, right? But I wanted to go to EcoGeek, but now I'm also not going to be buying as much toilet paper either. And it's like, okay, so this is a good idea in my opinion. Like, now that I have the bidet is doing fantastically. Like, of all the purchases I think I've ever had in my life, that is the one that I am most happy about. Because, like, once I got everything dialed in, like, it just fucking works. And it's like $30 for an attachment. Like, I had seen this many years ago, and I had considered getting one when I was living at the last place, but, like, the whole place felt like just my existence in the world, and then where I was living and everything. It was like, it all felt like it was temporary. And of course it ended up being temporary, but nothing about it felt truly permanent from just like the general nature of things around it. Like, in a place like this, I effectively have tenure. So like, it's as if I can't just be easily fired, you know? I won't be doing anything that's wrong. I will be doing everything as much as I can on the up and up. Like, I can't become a full-time student while living here, so I don't care about that anyway at the moment. You know, I'm paying $44 a month, although it's $49 because they have a convenience fee online for $5, or I can go to the Wells Fargo and pay $5 for a fucking money order. I could potentially find like maybe a place that's nearby that does free money orders. I don't know. I know MoneyGram is around here somewhere, and they had, you know, I was able to do that once. So I don't know. But like, and part of the nature of all of this is also one of my other purchases in this whole situation here is a 4-pack of these little wicker baskets. Now, I have the bigger wicker baskets. Smells interesting. I have the bigger wicker baskets, but this is going to be for like, I don't know yet. Because like, I could put beans in it, but mostly what I need to try to figure out, and I'm sure in time I will, is to figure out like the stuff that I'm going to regularly use and then be able to put away without having to worry about like all the cleanup and stuff. So like, I showed you this caddy before, right? And so like, I have all my pens in there. I got my keys in there. I got my little headphones. I should probably take those out and put it in the other on its own, because it's going to always tangle with that every single time. Soon I'm not going to have as many keys because my storage unit, I got some thumb drives that are in there as well. I've got, you know, the little Dentech stuff. I don't use them as often as I should because my desk is still a little on the, you know, on the unkempt side. I got some stuff I got to take care of, and so I leave it on the desk so that I don't forget. But like, I have the Icelandic note cards, and then also have sort of like the good mood cards. Like, so if I find, so like seeing the Toneberry take shape in soap whittling, 5 p.m. April 24th, 2026, you know, gratitude-esque related stuff, and then, you know, like little tweezers for when I'm always picking at myself, because, you know, trauma. Oh yeah, here's the owner's manual, the Sandora, clean and refreshing, always for you. You know, is it cheap Chinese crap? Probably. But at the same time, like, it does the job. It does it well. And I even, like, I hadn't considered it really until one day I was just like, let's try it out. and I tried the feminine wash, and it's just like more water. So like the normal spray your ass version is like a tighter stream, whereas the feminine wash, because like some of them don't have a feminine wash on them, and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever need the feminine wash or if I'll ever have a woman over at this place. But you know what? The price is right. It's like $30. It says it works with more toilet seats. The images that I was seeing seemed like it was going to work with the toilet seat that I have, and it does. Because like the other ones that I was looking for, they have a thicker base, and so that base causes the seat to rise up or to have a ramp to it, which can help because like, but you're also putting maybe undue stress on the seat itself, and so potentially causing cracks and stuff. The other ones that I had seen were more for like the flat ones that had the little feet. And then a lot of people were complaining about that and how they felt like they had to buy the other seat that was from the same company. And I'm just like, let's avoid that. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to put places. I'm mostly done purchasing things. So the other stuff that I'm going to buy are going to be like the reusable, the things that need to be renewed, like shampoos and soaps and stuff like that. Like I said, the toilet paper situation is going to be basically resolved soon. I got a text yesterday from the guy who was supposedly delivering the back brace, but like I didn't see it on time, and then I'm like, I don't know if that was delivered or not. I don't know. So we'll see. But speaking of the back brace, I went and got, just like, I might as well show you all of them. This was prescribed to me. This is a bunch of lidocaine patches. And they were all free. And I had one for a while yesterday. I'd clean my back up, use some rubbing alcohol and whatnot, cleaned it up, put the patch on. I didn't put it exactly where I probably should have. I need to put it a little bit more towards my spine than where I had it. But I think it was causing me to dream weird. Which I'm fine with. I don't care. Like, if I'm dreaming, that probably means I'm actually having better sleep. Yeah, and then, like, last but not least, in association with, I decided to buy a hula hoop. Because hula hoops can help with your core strength. And this one is, like, weighted. And it feels of reasonable weight. And, you assemble it. Because, of course, you need to make it to where you can ship it easier. So, it comes in all these little things here. And a couple of the pieces here. See, I got the instructions, and then I got, like, I'm guessing this is a flashlight of some kind. Nope, this is a tape measure. Okay. It's a little keychain tape measure. Probably so you can, like, measure your waist and see your proper size. But also to see if you're losing any belly fat, which you cannot focus, by the way. It is impossible for you to focus fat loss. The body doesn't work like that. Yeah, see, like, press the button, align the pipe and tighten, pull by strength to make sure it is tight. That's not a sentence that English speakers use. Yeah, exercise plan 4 to 6 times a week, 2 to 3 groups each time. Each group well, we'll see. Within 1 hour after meals, do not put hoop around your neck. Pregnant women cannot use hoops. I don't know if that's true. Avoid making the foam outside the hoop touch any keen-edged object to prevent damages, of course, because then that, One bonus accessory. But yeah, like, while it does not seem guaranteed, there is the probability There is the probability that I will not have any more physical therapy sessions after Thursday next week. I've got the one more. But we basically ask, and so we'll see what happens. But either way, I felt like this would be a good way to get in some decent at-home exercise for my core, especially. And so I was like, well, let's do it. Finish it up over here. Come on, get in there. And one last there. And then the final, close it off. Cool. Ta-da. Now, I'm going to have to make room because I still got a bunch of boxes and stuff to screw with, but that'll at least give me something to do in here that isn't getting on the floor and trying to do all the stuff that they wanted me to do at the physical therapist office, because like I just usually forget to do them as much as I try to remember, and then even when I do, I'm just so fucking tired all the damn time. I even talked to my doctor, and she's like, you know, are you getting enough protein? I'm like, I'm getting plenty of protein. That's not a problem. And you know, when I think about it, and she's probably thinking, well, maybe you know, vitamins or whatever. But I got the multivitamins, and I take those as often as I can remember to, you know, once a day. But yeah, it's just like I gotta start figuring out how to be an adult again, because like much of the last year and a half, so much of just day to day was taken care of for me. You know, I didn't have to clean up after making food and stuff because I didn't make any food. But I also, because of that, didn't have anything I really wanted that much of. I still got to get some bay leaves. I haven't been able to find those at the store. Might be able to get some if I go to Food for Less. But, you know, I got some spray bottles. I can put some water in. Bleach as well. I can put into one of them. Helps with just like cleaning and sanitizing surfaces and stuff, of course. But you know, it's like I have thoughts, I have ideas. You know, the World of Warcraft thing has put a bit of it's definitely showcased a big hole. You know, it's like there's a bit of a hole in my life now. I'm not spending, you know, 8-10 hours a day playing a video game. I got to figure out how better to fill that daily hole with other things. So, like recently, I've been watching more Warcraft related videos, playing a little bit of Warcraft 3 with the map editor. I know that's probably, you know, not necessarily the healthiest way, but I also have been carving. Where'd you go? So I got my Toneberry. He's got a bit more detail in him now. You know, it's like the main issue is his damn smell. So I've got like his little hood, and it's like kind of curled back on top of him. I'm gonna have to like kind of shake that off a little bit because he's a little too square at the moment. I still got to square off his arms. Part of his blade broke off. That's fine. It's whatever. Again, this is the first attempt at just getting the general shape down. So I got the one side, and then I got the other side. His tail is pretty close to what I want it to be. I got to figure out how best to, because like on the bottom here, I realized that I got his tail up so high, and because I've got him stabbing forward, it could be that he's got a little bit of an oomph to it, a little bit of forward momentum, and so like a little kick up. And so that could have caused the tail to, you know, I mean, I'm reworking the things that I started with because I'm the one that did these things and I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm trying to like strategize around, you know, the changes that I made to kind of make sense of them. which is good because it's challenging in that regard. And so like I gotta cut off part of it so that like because like his robe, his sort of burlap sacky Friar Tuck-esque robe, isn't necessarily going to always cling to everywhere. There's got to be space, and so in the back here, I'll have to trim some of that out, and then trim off part of it, and then probably, create probably cut off a decent chunk of that, so that he's more leaning forward because he's into the stab, and so I've kind of got his feet a little bit in the sort of not great proportions, but I'm still trying to figure that out. How best to just trim. And mostly now it's kind of like general detail work instead of specific detail work. Because the first challenge was the big cuts, making sure that I could cut the shape of him out and make him look more or less like what he needs to look like. And now it's like, okay, what can I do to incorporate the larger elements that then provide us a hint of detail, a hint of character, a hint of etc. And then, if I feel like it at a point, add in some of the minor details. But right now, I'm not even worried about I still haven't been able to form his hands. I still haven't truly formed his sleeves or the robe in general. And those are kind of like the main next steps, is like, how do I form the robe and his physical self within that robe? And so that's what I'm working on now. I kind of wish I had like a different kind of knife, but I guess the best thing I could probably use, because I forgot I had this. This was from an old acne removal kit that I had. I don't remember what exactly. It was in association, I guess, like you push on it, or I don't know. But I could probably use this to get a little bit more cutting out, because it feels good in the hand, and with the tapered point like that, where it's not sharp, I can cut some of the soap out just by kind of like dragging it through and just kind of abrading it out. So I got to keep this in my arsenal now, in association with the knife. Obviously, the knife isn't, it's not going to do anything on the wood. And what I've been doing, what I started yesterday is I took one of the boxes that I have and I just kind of put it under my desk. And that's going to be like the trash pile for the wood shavings. Because I started, to give you an idea of the differences. So this is more or less what one side of the wood looks like. And this is kind of, the next stage. This is mostly just practicing on the wood. And because, there's various, angle changes and stuff, I'm just kind of like trying to round it out. So I went more or less from this to this. And so it does look a little different. There's a little bit of tapering and all that stuff. So, because I got tired of the soap yesterday. I was like, fuck, I don't want this in my face right now. So I was like, well, I gotta do something. So let's do a little bit of the wood carving and then just start chipping the shit off into the box and then see what happens from there. So, oh man. And I'm gonna have to go to the store probably tomorrow, because today I went downstairs and got this stuff, and I'm like, I want to go back to sleep. So, anywho, yeah, those are the updates for the time being. I don't know what the future holds. The thing that I do want to do, because I have been noticing, like yesterday when I went to the doctor's office, I'm up a few pounds from my typical 260. And so I'm like, okay, I need to maintain some of the, physical because I got to maintain good shape. The last month and a half has been rough because of this injury. But, it's like, after I'm done with this, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to hit the treadmill for a little bit. While I'm in there, I might get the wherewithal to actually do some, lat pulls, because I'll be in the room, and as far as I'm aware, the lat pull down machine is fixed because I'm the one that fucking fixed it. And it's like the activation energy to do a lot of stuff these days is harder than it has been, just because I'm so fucking tired all the time. And I know that through exercise that I can mitigate that. I don't know what degree though. So I think with that and the little show and tell and the fact that my dishes are still fucked up, I think it's time I'll head out for the evening. So have fun.